bueno, la vaina está puesta ahora, garete. So, today's video is regarding suicide. I was on Instagram. Of course, you know, my shit comes out of internet shit. Y una niña me dijo a mí, you know, go look at this website, go look at the story of a girl. You should point out suicide. And you know what? That's actually one of the most common things besides teenage pregnancy in, you know, in teenage occurrence or whatever. So, I'm looking for it in my phone. I came across this story. Her name was Olivia. Okay. She was 19 years old, and this story truly broke my heart. This girl attempted to commit suicide multiple times. She made blogs, videos, messages, comments, Facebook statuses, Twitter, every possible way to notify the world that she was going to harm herself. And that saddens me, but not enough as how the crowd reacted. The crowd allowed her to do it. They didn't even say, you know, stop, wait, think, what do you think her parents should feel? They didn't stop and tell her, like, you know, this can be fixed in another way. They didn't console her. They didn't give her that warmth that she needed. And you know, it truly hurts me to see that a teenager is taking the gift that God gave them. First up, it's a sin to commit suicide. Why would you want to ever commit suicide? Life is beautiful. And, you know, I've been through some rocky-ass times. And I'm not going to deny it. I'm 16 years old and I've had the time to sit and think, like, how would it be without me? I've gone through some shit that makes me want to think, yo, what if I just blasted myself? What if I diagnosed myself? What if, you know, what if? You know, I've had the thoughts about suicide. But then I think about it and I'm like, you know, it would affect my parents. It would affect the people that love me. And even if I wasn't known as much as I am, I still would have considered the people that I do know, you know. And I just wish that the people that committed suicide, I just wish that they would sit and think for 2 minutes, not even, for 10 seconds about how, like the consequences of what they did. The consequences is going to be them. It's to their family, you know. And you know, this girl, her parents didn't know at all what was going on. She didn't tell them, like, you know, this is what I'm feeling. This is what's going on with me. This is the thoughts I'm getting. Please help me. You know, the girl didn't do that. And you know what? That was wrong from her behalf, you know. And, you know, if you're feeling something in the side of you that you just can't handle, that you cry yourself to sleep at night, that it's eating at you constantly, you know, the best thing you can do is actually go ahead and talk to someone. Talk to anyone. Talk to your teacher, the counselors, your parents. Your parents should be number one. Your siblings, your cousins, your freaking neighbor, your best friend. I've named 7 number of people. You can go to a therapist, a psychologist, whatever the motherfuckers is called. You know, it was a beautiful video until like cars, but whatever. And you know, you just can't have it bottled up inside of you. I went through a really bad breakup. And you know what? Still currently I am going through it. And you know what? I'm getting help. I'm seeing help. You know, I'm talking to my parents. Yes, I had the thought of committing suicide in the beginning of this whole breakup thing, but you know what? I sat and thought, you know, this guy is not even worth my life. Life goes on, you know, and to the people that know that someone wants to commit suicide, come on, man. You're as much as in fault as the person that killed themselves. You know why? Because you pretty much were an accomplice to the fact that they wanted to kill themselves. You pretty much murdered them. That's how I'm going to say it. So the people that knew that someone's going to commit suicide and that person actually killed themselves, I consider you at fault. I consider you an accomplice. I consider you a murderer. For the fact that you allowed that person to sit there and slit their damn wrist, diagnose themselves, I don't give a damn how to blast themselves, hang themselves. I have had a close friend, my brother's behalf. My brother had a close friend, and he was actually like a family friend, you know, and he committed suicide. He hung himself. He had kids, he had a wife, you know. He didn't sit for 10 minutes and think, you know, like, what would happen, what would go on with my family if I did kill myself. You know, I always think about it. I always think, like, you know, what would happen if my dad did this, you know. People always think and consider, you know, what would happen. And suicide is something that should never come across someone else's mind. And if you watch my videos and you were honestly thinking about committing suicide, please, from the bottom of my heart, with all my force and might, please seek for help. Tell your mom something, because in the end of the day, trust and believe me, you will thank me and you will know that it is worth it. I understand some pains are just unbearable, but you know, the best thing you can do is cry. Crying just lets your emotions out, but you know, please don't like kill yourself. That's just not the way to do it. That is just bringing more problems to your parents. Back to this girl's story. She was 19. Her parents had to take her off life support. And it all started because of cyberbullying. Hey, I'm a fucking bully. I'm not gonna front. I bully people. I only bully the people that deserve to get bullied. If that makes any sense. I bully the bully. I don't bully just a random geek. I don't do that. I bully the bully so they can get a dose of their own medicine. I don't give a damn if they commit suicide. They're a damn fucking bully. I don't give a fuck. See, but, you know, those innocent people that are going through so much just because of life reasons, come on. Seek for help, man. Seek for help. And to the people that know that someone is posting blogs about saying goodbye to the world, giving things away like, oh, here so you can remember me, or they're acting shady, or they're acting like in another world, you should be concerned. You should talk to the parents, talk to someone that you know that's close to them. Anything. We need to stop. We don't need, it's not going to stop just because I'm saying stop. But we got to cut down the number of suicides going on. We just need to help someone out. And trust me, you will feel good in the heart once you feel someone out. Because once you help someone out. Because when I help people out, I feel so fucking good. So you know what? Stop suicide. Look up for this story. The story, it's called 900 Cries for Help and Now She's Dead. That's what it's called. So please keep your eyes open for someone that's that's ready to commit suicide, because we need to cut that out. This video is over, and you know, much respect to the people that committed suicide. Now they're dead. Rest in peace. I hope that I don't even know. I just hope you're doing well, somewhere in the good old heavenly place and stuff. And that's about it. Deuce.